what is more important, the perception of how we see a thing or what that thing really is? And I'm going to give you an example.
What the thing really is.
What's more important, the fact that Martin Luther King is the man that we see that fought for freedom, or the fact that he was cheating on his wife?
Jesus. I think, ooh, no, move.
What's more important?
I love you, baby.
What's more important? Because that is the reality of the fact. He was a great man who knew God's word, who led people to freedom. He was cheating on his wife. That is a fact. So what is more important?
What's more important? The fact that Martin Luther King Jr. led one of the biggest and most iconic movements in American history, teaching people of all races that America could and would be a stronger country if we all worked together. He had to sacrifice the ability to see his children grow up because he had to travel all the time. He was hated by majority of the country. He went to jail 29 times and ultimately lost his life because he believed in that message so much so. What's more important, the unity of all Americans or the fact that he cheated on his wife? That's what it used to mean to be an activist. You actually had to sacrifice something for the things you say you believed in. You had to sacrifice seeing your children grow up because you had to travel. People actually hated you. You had to go to jail. That was damn near a minimum requirement. You had to go to jail. Now all you got to do is log into Twitter, say Black Lives Matter or men are trash, and you get 72 retweets and people think that you're a saint. If you're not willing to make sacrifices for the things you say you believe in, you're not an activist. You're a virtue signaler.
Is it more important that we see him as that man who gave that amazing speech on that amazing day and led amazing people to freedom? Or is it important that we know, or is it important that we knew both?
I think it's both.
But that's hindsight. But that's hindsight. You see what I'm saying?
Reality is more important. I think reality is important.
But reality, to you, but truth, what's more important to the overall picture?
Fucking perception.
Thank you. It's more important
to me because outside of Martin Luther King, let me give you an example. He's a great father. He's a great father. He's a great father. He's a great businessman. He's a great CEO. He's an entrepreneur.
He's such a boss.
He's such a boss.
He's a boss.
Look at that man. He's a boss.
Look at him.
He's a great father. Look at him, that strong black man.
Look at him being at his kid's game.
Look at him. He's a great father. He's a boss. He's a strong black man.
Look at him posting his wife. Look at him.
Look at him.
On date night. Look at him.
But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband. You're not a good communicator. You don't value her feelings. But he's great in all these other aspects. How are you a great leader, a great CEO, a great black man, a great father, a great leader in any aspect? You're not a great husband, a great communicator, a great...
You're a liar.
You're not great.
You're
not great.
You're a liar.
You're not great.
So that's my point.
You're not great.
So I posted this.
You're not great.
The other
God, you're not. That is triggering.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a good dad. You're not a good dad because you don't respect me. How the fuck you showing these kids you a good father and you don't respect their mother? How are you a good father and you don't respect who brought them into this world?
Carried them.
You're not a great dad, my nigga. You're an okay human.
She's talking about what a good man is, but this is the same woman that was simping over the baby.
Do you ever think about dating the baby? No. You don't fuck with me. I be like, hey, look at me, look at me. Said, the baby finally my boyfriend. That nigga said, I can't be your boo. I was like, fuck.
This is pure bitterness, and this is what always happens in our community. Girls like her will deal with guys like the baby, and when it doesn't work out, they'll equate those bad characteristics with all the guys in our community. Coretta Scott King was happy in her marriage. She understood the mission. He was willing to die for it, and she was willing to live for it, and they made it happen. The fact that she's able to sit here on this podcast, which is partially due to Martin Luther King's efforts, and disrespect him without her audience holding her accountable is crazy to me. And I gotta say this because this is a huge problem with people worshiping celebrities. If their job is to entertain you, if their job is to make you laugh, if their job is to put a ball in a net, I don't care if it's a basketball, it could be a soccer ball, it could be a damn hockey puck. If that's their job, that does not give their opinion any more validity. Now, this is not a shut up and dribble situation. Everybody has an opinion, everybody should voice their opinion, but also everybody should try to back their opinion up with facts, data, and statistics. Just because they can run a mean football does not mean that their opinion on foreign policy is any more valid. We got people getting the vaccine because Mariah Carey told them to do it. We got Kyrie Irving talking about flat earth and telling people not to get the vax. Either way, these people's opinion is no more valid than a guy you just met in a bar. The fact that this woman isn't being held accountable for disrespecting a man that can't even defend himself because he died for her right to do so is freak shit.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
What
Hi.
are you? You're reading?
Yeah, I was actually reading. I ship out in a few days, so I was just reading The Art of Strategy.
Okay.
The military?
Yeah, so actually I'm a nuclear physicist for the Navy.
No.
So I do that in a few days.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How old are you?
I am 27. I look a little young. I'm not that young.
Yeah, you look young.
So where do you live?
So I'm actually in the Woodlands, Texas right now. Right down there by Houston. I'm about 30 minutes away from Houston. So I'm a little close.
Oh, nice. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Man, where do I start? I like martial arts a lot. I did a bit of pharmacy back when I was a little bit younger, about 2-3 years ago. I got certified at pharmacy around when I was 17. I didn't really do anything with it. I went to university for a while. I was getting like a business degree. So I have a bachelor's in business. And then I did pharmacy for a little while, for about 3 years, and then got bored. So I was like, let's go see what the military has to offer. Didn't do anything. I did my PICAT about a year ago. Got a 96 on that. It goes up to a 99, got a 96. They offered me nuclear physics, and I was like, why the fuck not? So I went there, and now I ship out in a few days.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, best of luck as you ship out pineapples.
Yeah. Why?
Because he literally didn't tell me any qualities about himself. He's just like, I made a 96 on this. I did this. And I feel like I did that at first too. But however, I need a man with some personality.
You felt that quick? You know you didn't have personality?
Yes, I'm really good at reading people.
Okay.
All before the age of 28, this man is an in-shape martial artist who got a certificate to practice pharmaceuticals, said, I don't really want to do that. So he went into the military, took one of the hardest tests in the world, got one of the highest scores in the world to practice nuclear physics. And her response to that is, I need a man with personality. And this is one of the problems with the black community. Men like this don't get any attention from the women, while men that are quite the opposite of this get all of the attention from women. And some of the women in the comments were saying he needs to be more confident because he's saying after every word. You know who else says after every word? Elon Musk. Now, just because he's done all these things doesn't necessarily mean that he'd be a good man, but the character of a person that can achieve all of those goals is certainly a good start.
I want to talk about your relationship.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah? How... And it's Robert, right?
Yes.
How does Robert... This is kind of two prongs. How does he prop you up? And how does he bring you down to earth?
We have actually been having trouble finding that balance because recently it's been a little hard for him to reconcile my past, and that has caused some issues in the relationship. And we're working through it and trying to communicate and trying to just ease any discomfort or, it's really hard. He has never been used to this many eyes and this many voices, and it got to him a little bit.
So is that something that it's been because of this most recent situation of the back and forth, or has it been kind of building up, or it's this line?
Yeah, it's been this recently. I think it started around when Rami came out, and I really started feeling comfortable speaking out because people started actually listening to me. And we've been working through it since. And I would say the toughest for him is when he posts about me. The backlash is pretty bad, and he has trouble dealing with that. But at the same time, I don't feel supported when he just remains silent on a lot of things. So we've been trying to work through some internalized shame that's being projected and figuring out what exactly is the root cause, and trying to just cut out any anything that would invite unnecessary voices in, which is very hard when I'm trying to be so vocal about everything.
The man she's talking about is a world-renowned chef that is now her ex-husband, and I have to say this in her defense. He got on one knee and proposed to her, understanding her past. She didn't lie to him, so I can't really feel bad for him. But Mia Khalifa is an ex-adult film actress who did her scenes in her family's religious garment. Conveniently enough, after she got all the money and quit, she had an enlightenment, and she wanted to become an adult film industry activist. So she started to pop up in the media saying that she only did it for 2 months, complaining that the industry was predatory because she was young and they only paid her $12,000. But Bang Bros decided to speak out about this because what are you gonna do? Cancel them? They have the most loyal following in the world. Do you know how loyal you have to be with all of the free content in the world to subscribe to Bang Bros? Bang Bros said she lied about being in the industry for only 2 months. She had actually been in the industry for 2 years and 9 months to be specific. Also, while not disclosing how much she made with the other 3 companies she worked with, she made a whopping $174,000 with Bang Bros alone. Not only that, but if you actually want to move on with your life and start to get taken seriously, why would you continue to use the stage name that the industry gave you? Sounds like you got a nice hefty paycheck, and once you started to regret it, you quit. And once you quit, you realize you started to become irrelevant, so you hop back in the media. And once the media didn't take you seriously, you started complaining and blaming the industry. But if you say you want to get out of the sex industry, why would you start an OnlyFans? And look, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. You're a grown, consenting adult. Make your own decisions. But with decisions come consequences, and when the consequences come knocking, you can't start blaming other people. You got to be accountable for your own decisions. Till next time.